My name is Sonia. I'm a rising third year at the University of California at Santa Cruz, and today I'm going to share with you guys my second year experience. Last year I made a video similar to this called My Freshman Experience at UC Santa Cruz, and it did really well and a lot of you seemed to really like it, so I decided to continue the trend and do a second year one as well. That video I focused more on just general UC Santa Cruz, like just tips if you're going to UC Santa Cruz, but this video is going to be more specifically geared towards my experience as a second year, as well as things more specific to second years, for example like having harder classes, getting an on-campus apartment, which I know is really difficult, and yeah, just stuff like that. I think the biggest question that people have is how much more difficult is second year from your first year. I'm a computer science major, so first year I wasn't taking any upper divs at all. I think I took I didn't take any upper divs my first year, but second year obviously I did. The classes were a lot harder, but I wouldn't say that they were like so much harder that like I didn't have time to do anything at all. Although there was a pretty big jump from the first year to second year, it wasn't as scary as people make it out to be, at least for me. I have a lot of friends in classes, so we get through it, but again, similar to last year, my biggest tip would just be to have friends in your classes so that you guys can motivate each other. And honestly, I don't think that making friends in classes is that easy. I feel like the internet and just everyone talks about how making friends in classes is so important, but for me at least, that's really hard, especially when you're in a lecture hall with like 200 kids. Like, you're not gonna sit next to the same people every single lecture, especially if you don't know them. The biggest thing that helped was going to sections and office hours. That helps a lot. The next thing I'm going to talk about is getting an apartment. So I lived in the college 9 and 10 apartments last year, and a lot of people ask me how I did that, just because getting an apartment on campus is pretty difficult just because they don't have that many. First year, around I think April or May, they'll send you an email saying that the housing application is open. So in that application, you will need to make a group of 6 people. It's really important that you have your group, because if you go in as like just a random, there's less of a chance that you'll get the apartment. So it's good to already have a 6-person group. You guys can all apply at the same time. It's also really important that all 6 of you are from the same college when you apply. If you guys are applying for college 9 or 10 apartment, it's important that all 6 of you are either from college 9 or 10. Another thing that really helps is having someone in your application, or like a few people that work on campus, because that adds extra points to your application. So for example, in my situation, 3 of my housemates became college guides for the summer, which was honestly not that bad. But yeah, they became college guides, and that added an extra 3 points to our application and made us more likely to get an apartment rather than another group that didn't have any points. I think the few ways to get points are to become college guides, to work on campus. So for example, if you work in the dining hall, that can add like an extra point to your application, because obviously they want people that work on campus to live on campus. Once we submitted our application, I think a few weeks later we got an email saying that we were approved. Very limited apartments, but honestly having an apartment was the best thing, because you have to like commute to campus or anything like that. So I'm not sure about other colleges, but I know for college 9 and 10 apartments, the 2 configurations are single, single, double, double, and 2 large triples. So I was in the single, single, double, double, and I had a double. That's all about apartments. Now moving on, the next thing I'm going to talk about is being a captain of a dance team. So I was outreach captain, and still am going to be next year, but outreach captain for the Bollywood dance team called UCSC Kahani. This is a competitive dance team, so we do travel. Being a captain and taking care of a dance team was a lot of work, but I think it was so much fun. I highly recommend you guys to try to get a leadership position in an organization, just because it gives you so much experience I feel like I've grown so much as a leader, and I feel like going into this year I know what to do. Just a good thing to talk about. Obviously you can add it to like your resume and stuff like that if it's an organization that applies. But yeah, I just think as a person now I'm more confident. See, it does take up a lot of time. I planned my classes accordingly so that the most busy quarter of Kahani I was taking my easiest classes, and that worked out really well. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the dining hall. Obviously the first year the dining hall wasn't as bad, but going into your second year still eating dining hall food, I got more bored of it, so I did spend a lot more money on restaurants and eating out, which obviously is not good because I spent a lot of money on food. Another thing that we spent a lot of money on were zip cars. I think I talked about this in my last video, but zip cars are so useful when you're in Santa Cruz. They have zip cars multiple places on campus where you just get the zip car app, and I think you have to pay like one yearly fee or something, but then after that you can just like book the zip car and there's like an hourly rate for it, and you can literally go wherever you want, which is so nice because I know the buses don't go to a lot of like the further places. You see me around campus, say hi. I love it when people do that, and honestly makes my day knowing that these videos help you guys. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I know this video was like a lot quicker than the last one. I guess it was just like an update on how my sophomore year experience was, but yeah.